And hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode number 182 of the CheckX series. If you're new here, as I say every single day, the CheckX series is pretty much all about me, your host. I've been discussing absolutely everything that y'all talked about yesterday on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, the day before. Today, we're going to discuss what he talked about yesterday on Saturday, June 6th, 2026. He posted just about 67 times yesterday, and we are pretty much just going to get right into the episode here, starting off finally, as we usually do, with Tesla and future transport. Starting off this segment, Elon shared his belief that the Tesla Cybercab will permanently change the appearance of roads, and also Elon encouraged people to try Tesla FSD, or full self-driving, highlighting footage that shows how the technology frees the driver's attention to enjoy the journey, instead of, having to pay attention to the road all the time. And also, last but not least, Elon noted that the Tesla, originally in his garage, is currently in Earth Mars elliptical, orbit, where it will remain for at least where it will remain for at least 10 million years. And he's basically referring to the one that Falcon Heavy launched, I believe. The Roadster, I think it was like one of the first Falcon Heavy test flights or something. It was like a demo, and they did that. So that was cool. But speaking of which, moving on to SpaceX and Starlink infrastructure. Starting off this segment, SpaceX quietly amended its SpaceX quietly amended its S1 to announce a $920 million a month deal with Google starting October 2026, and also to provide computer power via 110,000 NVIDIA GPUs. Also, Elon discussed his plan to move AI data centers to space, and Elon also argued that orbital data centers would be simpler than communication satellites because they primarily require solar power, radiators, and laser links even to connect to the Starlink constellation. Also, Elon highlighted Starlink's role in providing kits for the Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo, or the DRC, and connecting schools in Bolivia as well. Also, Elon noted that SpaceX has launched nearly as many satellites as all other entities combined since the 1950s, and recently completed 2 Falcon 9 missions in just under 19 hours. Last but not least, Elon also reflected on SpaceX's humble beginnings in 2002, noting that the company had fewer than 10 people working and no office furniture at the time. Pretty hilarious, but we all gotta start somewhere. But moving on to X, or formerly Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and XAI. Also, starting off this segment, Elon shared data indicating that X grew its unique U.S. visitors between 2025 and 2026, while competitors like Threads and Blue Sky shrank. And also, Elon noted that X is the #1 social network in Japan right now. And also, Elon reposted updates on XAI's cursor design mode, which allows users to update UIs by pointing or talking even. And Elon also praised Grok's storyboarding capabilities for historical events. And last but not least, Elon engaged with a debate comparing him to Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla, ultimately agreeing that while alternating current, which was AC, was the past, direct current, DC, is the future, due to solar batteries and electric cars. And moving on to immigration and demographics. Starting off this segment, Elon expressed concern over mass Islamic immigration in Europe, claiming it has created no-go zones in Paris and in London. Also, Elon reacted to reports regarding certain ethnicities being more likely to be on welfare responsible for higher crime rates, or responsible for higher crime rates in their specific ethnicity. Anyway, last but not least, Elon also noted that India's birth rate has fallen below replacement levels, particularly among the most educated. Yikes. But to wrap it up with politics and election integrity, to wrap up this episode, starting off, and last but not least, Elon voiced support for the Save America Act, or the SAVE Act, in short, I guess you could say, which calls for voter ID, proof of citizenship, and the elimination of mail-in ballots entirely. Elon also called these measures mandatory and common sense as well. But as I said, as that was the last one, ladies and gentlemen, this pretty much wraps up episode number 182 of the CheckX series. If you made it all the way to the end, I appreciate you for watching. I recommend dropping a like, commenting, and subscribing if you haven't already. I also recommend going back and watching some of the other recent CheckX episodes just to get a nice little sequence of events going for you based on what Elon posts every single day. Because at the end of the day, I'm your host Ivan, this is the CheckX series, and I will see you later.